Hello, this is Sunil Sundaraj with njvarsity.rivals.com. I'm happy to welcome in Wayne Hills High School football senior defensive end, Jake Grosjean. Jake, thank you for taking some time out to speak with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, congrats, Jake, on a great career there at Wayne Hills High School. You've had some time now to just kick back and think about what you were able to do there on the football field. Just what comes to your mind first, Jake?
I mean, I miss football big time. It's definitely a big part of my life for 14, 15 years. It's just weird to have a long break. I'm used to training now, but I got to wait till college.
Uh, just talk, that you didn't know if you were going to have a season in 2020, Jake. The fact that, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic, and you guys were, once you got that word that you were going to, that green light that you were going to have a season, I mean, what did that mean to you and the rest of the seniors on the team?
I know all of our seniors love football. We love Hills. It was definitely a little emotional. I mean, I don't know if everyone cried, but like everyone felt the amount of power and like how happy we were to be able to play and have a senior year, even if it was, shortened or we started in August, no pads till September, game
Mhm.
October, no MetLife, no playoffs, but we were still happy to play.
Yeah, I mean, the fact I had to ask you that those first practices, the first regular season game, man, what was that feeling like for you? I had to ask you.
Well, the first practice was it was very weird. We were in like pods of 10,
Yeah.
like sectioned off to like the defensive linemen together. And like I'm also a fullback, but I
Okay.
couldn't train with the fullback, so I had to do defensive end work and then go by myself and do fullback stuff. And there's no
Yeah.
other fullbacks with the D line. So it was weird for the first 2 weeks, and then we bump it up to like groups of 30. So it's like the rotation group.
Yeah.
And then once you got into like September, we had a 2 week break, and then we went into September and full pads, everyone together,
Yeah.
full speed. It was amazing. I love the hitting. It was back to normal kind of. And then the first game was we were gonna play Mississippi, but obviously it was canceled because of COVID. And we got to verse Ridgewood, and I haven't versed Ridgewood in any sport in a while, so I
Mhm.
haven't really. I don't know much about them. They're big, but like, I versed a 6'7" left tackle. I was like, "Good morning, hi." It's gonna be fun, but
Yeah.
we were behind. It was like 9-0 at halftime, and Coach Dem gave us the let's go speech, and
Yeah.
we came back out there and shut them out. We was 10-9. We finished with the win.
I mean, you guys went what 5-2 this year, 3-1 in the league. I know there were games that were canceled. I think that must be the most frustrating part because you truly didn't get a sense of what a full season could be. Especially there were games out there on the plate. I think against Rampo, Riverdale. I mean, really, I think for you guys, not knowing if you're going to have a game every week because you put in the time through practice and watching film. Can you just talk about that, Jake?
So about 2 or 3 times we would get news that our game was canceled on
Yeah.
Wednesday night or Thursday right before practice.
Yeah.
So them would be we practice on Thursday, just like a normal practice, like
Yeah.
just hitting, get moving around. And Dem's in the corner on a phone calling everybody, and you get a game from South Jersey from anywhere.
Yeah.
And with a less than 24-hour notice, we'd go out and play. And we were like 3-0 or 2-0 against teams we just heard about. It was
Yeah.
pretty cool. But we had a 2 week break because of COVID, and that really slowed us down big time. But it happens.
Yeah. I mean, how good was that? The fact that you guys played, teams from other parts of the state. And I've asked other players about this. That it's great playing against the North Jersey, schools, but the fact you get to play against Central and Southern, schools, that must add another element to it. The fact that you can really, it's like a measuring stick for you guys, Jake.
Yeah, it was big. It was like a MetLife North versus South game,
Yeah.
and we were like trying to prove that North is superior in football, and we went out there and crushed both South and Central teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, just wanted to go back, pivot back to the training. You talked about that it was very different, in 2020. I wanted to ask you, of course, a lot of Zoom calls, with the coaches, but as far as your individual training, like what you were able to do, let's say in the summertime, spring and summertime, I had to ask you about that, Jake.
So I would wake up at 5 just so everyone wasn't like there. I would go to Hills. I would do my defensive end work. I would get the we have like a little hoop. And I run the hoop. I'd have the dummies were out for
Hmm.
just because they were always out. I would hit it, pass rush, everything. And my dad would go with me and run routes and catch the ball. And then once we got the word that like it's my family got in March, and I had asked some kids' parents if it was okay if some kids can go with me and I could drive them and drop them off and everything. Wear masks, 6 feet, just to train with the younger classmen and some upperclassmen. So we'd have a group of 5 D linemen, some O linemen, and get some pass rush going, everything. The kids loved it. I loved it. And it definitely prepared us because right when we got pads on, the starting line was pretty solid pass rush. But I mean, me and Stanley Osback, our pass rush moves are superior.
I'm wondering for the senior group, going into your final year, that any goals, or just was there a mantra that you guys wanted to really follow heading into this last year?
Yeah, so the year before it was kind of a low year for us. Obviously, we didn't win anything, but I won the league. That it wasn't a very good league that year. But our MetLife was winning league.
Yeah.
And we came up short this year. We had the 2-week break and had to play. It was not a good thing for us, but
Yeah.
that was our goal: win out, win league, and we went 5-2.
Yeah.
But I'd say we had a pretty successful year, but not satisfied, obviously.
Yeah. Hey, for you personally, first team, Super Football Conference Room Red Division, for defensive end. Congrats on that, Jake. What did that mean to you, to earn those honors?
It was definitely big because week 3 I tore my ACL. Like at halftime, I tore it completely.
Oh wow. Okay.
And the trainer's like, yeah, he pushed my knee. He was, if you can leave and get MRI and you'll be done probably. Yeah. I'm like, nah. Took some ibuprofen. I played the next 4.5 games. Didn't miss one practice. Nothing. And then I got
that is remarkable.
Yeah, I got surgery in December now. So
yeah,
it was definitely an honor to still be able to play at the top with the one of the best divisions in the New Jersey, and be able to be the first team in it. That was definitely huge for me. I just to prove myself that I'm still here.
People do, it's a great point. People don't understand how this game is. I mean, it is so brutal. It is wrong. I mean, the pounding you guys take every week. I mean, even at the high school level. Can you talk about? I mean, it's not easy, week to week, to recover. And then what you went through. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, can you talk about that? Having that high tolerance or that high threshold of a pain, there, Jake.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, I never played like a varsity game uninjured. Like junior year, I tore my labrum 2 weeks before the out of state game. Played good the whole year with that, and then rehab all up to this year, and then week 3, go back to where I was. And for the pain threshold, it's just every single day we're hitting, and then after a game, we work out as hard as possible at Saturday after. And then Monday, they're still hitting. Every day we're hitting the pit, one-on-ones, even on scout team. Like scout team comes and tries to hit us back, which is amazing because it gets us ready for the game.
Yeah. So
when we're getting hit by a scout team member, that scout team member proved himself, and they're hitting as hard as possible. And in game, you're used to it then. So it's like practice.
Great. I wanted to ask you, of course, about the coaching staff, head coach, Wayne Deminkoff, and the rest of the coaching staff, what they meant to you here the past, 4 years, here at Wayne Hills High School, Jake.
They're definitely a second family to me. Yeah. Everybody has their ups and downs. They bicker and everything. That's just coaches, but they're very dedicated. I can't say anything more than dedication. They love the game. They love Hills. They love the players, and all they want to do is win. Yeah. At any cost. We played in a snowstorm. We practiced in the pouring rain. It was negative whatever degrees, wind chills. It was brutal, but they didn't complain. We didn't complain. We went out there, worked, and it's just the love of the game, and it's all mutual love.
Yeah. I had to ask you the last couple of years, it said, we talked about before we came on the air, 2018, the football team, winning the state, sectional title and regional championship game. That year, going to MetLife Stadium, of course, winning, defeating Ulta Penn, in the state sectional championship game, and then Phillipsburg at MetLife. What was that journey, like for you and the rest of the team, Jake?
The game at Ulta Penn was the day before the snowstorm. So people went out there right before the game, a couple hours, and shoveled the field completely. They shoveled a pathway for us to walk.
Yeah.
We didn't end up using it. We had to get bus down because the snow was so high.
Mhm.
And it was just brutal those 2-3 weeks of just constant. We got home like 8:30 every day.
Yeah.
It definitely paid off. I played a little bit in the MetLife game at like I was like second, third string tight end, so we had different packages. It's just surreal when you're
Yeah.
there. You look around and it's nothing like you've ever seen before. Like you're sitting in like the stadium when you're watching an NFL game. It's not the same. Being on the field and just hearing everybody is just. I've always wanted to experience it again, but this year kind of couldn't. But
Yeah,
he's all
that's what we missed in 2020. I mean, this is just, it's just surreal how in a year's time we could go from just a pandemonium, just a exuberance of fans in the stands and cheerleaders and the marching band to go to pretty much silence. But what is it? Of course, I think wearing the 81 jersey. What does putting that Wayne Hills football jersey on what did that mean to you and represent, Jake?
it's tradition.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Wayne knows tradition, dedication. It's effort, sacrifice, and time. That was our motto this year. And you definitely had to sacrifice a lot with COVID. The amount of time you had to put in extra. We couldn't have like our normal meetings for like scouting and stuff, so we do it all on our own, really, which definitely is a sacrifice because kids won't, and some kids will, and the kids that did are the ones playing. So Wayne Hills is just powerhouse of North Jersey and proven to be, all of New Jersey. So I wouldn't want to be anywhere else besides Wayne Hills.
How tough was that in 2019? Because you guys were right there. You almost knocked off Rampo, ended their winning streak. That must have been one of the toughest games. And then, of course, your arch rival, Wayne Valley in the playoffs, losing a very close game. I think it was 13-6. How tough was that year? The fact that I think what you guys went. I think you did go undefeated in the league, but just the fact that losing those two games, those two heartbreakers, that must have really gnawed it. Said you and the rest of the team.
Yeah. The Rampo one, they were only a 25-game win streak, and we were right there, 28-25 overtime. Just a lapse of defense and couldn't score on offense, but we were right in there. Definitely. I would say it hurt more to lose that game than it did against Valley, just because how close we were. That Valley game, we did not play our best game at all. But I'd say the Rampo game, we played 95% of the best game we played. Just the last offensive play and last defensive play just went. So definitely hurt.
Within the town of Wayne, because I wanted to get to that in a second, but the fact that you have DePaul Catholic, you have Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley. Talk about that. I mean, how much talent there is, and then you see the amount of players that come out of those schools and go on to the college level. I mean, how great is that? Jake.
It's definitely great for them that Wayne is one of the top towns in New Jersey that has kids going to play in college level.
Yeah,
I would always think like if we didn't have all those schools, just had one big school, we would be playing with Texas, California, all the big schools.
Yeah,
and just makes you think, makes you wonder. But definitely Wayne is a powerhouse for football.
Man, talk about the rivalry against Wayne Valley. It's one of the best in North Jersey. Could be across the state. Just let people know out there. What that rivalry. It's like
it's very tough to put into words, but it's definitely like makes your blood boil.
Yeah.
Wayne Valley, it's more of a go out, take their head off. You got to win the game. But yeah, we lost. We took a 1-1 last year, but this year we came out there with revenge and just blew them out.
Yeah.
Like first, we got 2 touchdowns in like a quarter, and we were like, all right, we're rolling.
Yeah.
Tried coming back, we threw them back out. It was a great game. I loved playing them, but sad to say we won't be playing them again.
Yeah. Talking about the school itself, support from the students. It said remote in 2020, going here into 2021. Athletic director, administration, and of course, the town of Wayne. Can you talk about the support that you guys have received from everyone?
Well, we had a lot of petitions going on last year just to have people go to the games and be able to support us, and that was huge because we love when the fans are there. Gets everybody hyped. You get the feeling of playing. When there's no fans there, it feels like a practice, which nobody likes practice. Everybody loves games.
Yeah.
So when you got to see your family there, your friends waving at you, cheering, it's just a whole different level. Running out the tunnel, having the cheerleaders waving, having your family there, the announcers. You need them. It's a part of the game.
Well, what I mean with the home games, what I mean they are special there. I've covered games up there. You know what to you? I mean, what is that? You know, I mean as you just mentioned. I mean, just the electricity, the environment there. I mean, what is it like for? What was that for you and the rest of the team? It must really give you a jolt of confidence. As you run out there onto the field and even during the game as well, Jake.
Yeah, as we're walking in that little the helmet area when we like right before we run out, it's quiet. I mean, you're talking a little bit, but
Yeah,
as they're announcing names, it's hush, and everybody's on the same level. It's just go out there and win.
yeah,
It's probably one of the best feelings I've felt besides MetLife that everybody all has respect for the game and everybody's just ready to go out there.
yeah.
Four string people are quiet. Everyone's just wanting to get out there and play. And hearing your name announced and running out of the tunnel, it's unreal.
How emotional was it taking that jersey off for the last time, Jake?
I didn't take it off till like a couple good amount of time after the game.
Yeah,
It was definitely a tough one going down to what was it? I forget the place. But it was a hard one.
yeah, yeah.
But I knew that hopefully I'll be playing in college, so it won't be my last time playing ball. But
Hmm.
it was hard to take off the hills in
Yeah,
'81. But I got to keep my helmet, obviously. But that's all I got left for hills.
yeah. Uh, just a couple more. Can't take for the time, Jake. I had to, of course, ask you about your family. Just your parents. If you have any siblings, just the support you've received from them. They said during your time here at Wayne Hills, and then even before then as well.
Yeah, so I grew up playing football. Been playing since I was 3. My
Okay.
dad went to Hills, so he's a alumni,
Hmm.
and they've always supported football. My mom, I mean, all moms don't really like football just because of the
Yeah.
injuries and stuff. But whenever I needed my dad to come throw the ball to hold a little medicine ball and let me hit it, I
Yeah.
broke my rib once or twice. But it's just the love and support. Like my sister is in college in Boston, and she
Okay.
would come down and see the games, which meant a
Yeah.
lot. I'd have to get tickets for her and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
huge because she's right before like midterm tests, the game was, and she's like, I don't know if I can come. I go, it's okay, do your test. And then she surprised me, which was huge because I love my sister, I love my family, and it was
Mm.
definitely we all love each other. And I have a 96-year-old grandpa. The long walk from Hills, like the school to the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely a hard thing. So we get him, the golf cart, bring him down. But him
Yeah.
just showing up to the games and watching I loved it.
That's fantastic. Well, what is it about the game of football that what does it represent to you? What does it mean to you, Jake, personally?
Football is everything to me.
Yeah.
I've really never been without it. Even injured, I was always there. I don't miss anything. I take hours and hours of film. It's a lifestyle. That's
Yeah.
really what I'd say it is. It's a lifestyle. You can't, I don't know, half. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, but it's like half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
you can't like half it. You got to go 100%
Yeah.
the whole time. If
Yeah.
not, you get dished aside.
Yeah.
So it's a lifestyle.
Okay, I had to ask you about the college process, how that is working out for you, as far as selecting a school here, Jake.
Yeah, I'll be deciding in March. That's
Okay,
probably the
okay,
latest I can do it. Definitely kind of sucks because of COVID, because
yeah,
of all the
yeah,
fifth, 6-year players coming back, and there's not much roster spots open anymore.
hmm,
But there's definitely I have some top schools that are I'm going for engineering,
okay,
and there's some schools that are very very high up for engineering that I'm looking at,
hmm.
and I'll be starting in March. I got a top 3 now, but I can't announce it yet, obviously.
No, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you were able to at least describe the process. I'm just wondering. You mentioned that you've been playing since you were 3 years old. Were there any other sports that you played as well growing up, Jake?
Oh yeah, I played everything. I played
Okay.
baseball, soccer,
Nice.
basketball. Basketball is my second love. And then I play lacrosse as well, and I
Yeah.
also ski.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
the fact that you play multiple sports, I'm sure that helps you out as far as playing the game of football as well, Jake.
yeah, those like basketball. I mean, I played basketball obviously until sophomore junior year until the injuries, and I just haven't played since
Yeah.
then. But that keeps me in shape big time. I'm year round always ready to play. So like training wise, we usually start in January. So I'll
Hmm.
be playing basketball games and then lifting in the morning. So I'm always
Yeah.
fit for both.
Always on the move. Yeah.
Never break.
Hey, when it comes to the college and NFL game, any defensive ends that you pay close attention to, Jake?
There's only one, 99 in the Rams.
Everybody is talking about him. Everyone is saying.
And the new guy, Chase Young, but he's
Yeah,
got to prove himself. But definitely 99.
that's great. Hey, final question. Being a senior is what I ask everyone. That the fact that you were a freshman once, learning from the upperclassmen, and just to add to that, younger kids who are, playing Pee Wee and junior football, what your advice is, for those younger athletes.
You got to be 100% committed. You got to watch film. You got to get in the weight room. That's big. Lift a lot of weight, lift it often. I've done 22 days in a row now of just lifting. I just did 30-mile bike ride. You got to be committed. You got to be in shape. You can't think about, you have to be able to, like in the game, you got to be able to know what you're doing. Don't think about it. When you think, that's when problems happen. So I say watch film and lift are the two biggest things. And get a grade in school.
Yeah, that's a great point. I almost skipped over that, is the fact that being a student athlete, how you've been able to balance that out. I mean, that's so critical as far as being in high school. Can you talk about that, Jake, as we close up?
Yeah. So freshman year, my grades weren't as good as they are now. Obviously, balancing football and school was hard freshman year, but as the years went on, you get a lot better.
Yeah.
I went from like a 3.2 to a 3.6 this year.
There you go.
I got like a 4.2 right now from like the end of junior year to now. It's 4.2, so I got it up big time. And it's just time management. You can't wait to the hours before due. You got to do it right after school. That's what I do. As soon as school ends, I do my homework, and then I have all day to do other stuff.
That's terrific. Hey, Jake, I can't thank you enough again for the time and the opportunity. Congratulations again on your success there at Wayne Hills High School, and of course with graduation upcoming in a couple of months. And wishing you all the best with college in the fall.
Thank you.